Nowadays, the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak has caused a lot of difficulties for us humans in the term of socializing together. Focusing on the scope to be discussed, we as the students of the pre-university studies in Unimas are living in large huge number, which nearly consists of 678 students living all together. Therefore, the higher management requires a solution to collect the data of students leaving and entering the campus. During outing, the students use a system where they need to write out their name and their other details in the logbook before they can go out to leave the campus. However, we have managed to identify 3 problems related to the current system, which is number 1, students need to form a long queue just in order to write out their details before leaving campus. Problem number 2 is because of the long queue form, students need to wait a lot of time just in order to wait for their friends to finish up first and then they can write out their details. So it would take some of their time for students who need to get to their destination in urgently. And number 3 is because of a large amount of students are writing up their details and forming a queue all together, the social distancing between students is a bit loose. So, we have decided to innovate an idea which is the Unimas-Oqrs, or what you mean as Unimas Outing QR code system, where students just need to scan the QR code, fill out the form, and just leave.
The QR code will be pasted on the guardhouse. With this new solution, students are just required to have their phone with them and scan the QR code at the guardhouse. When they scan the QR code, it will lead them to our site. This site consists of check-in and check-out buttons. When they click on the button, it will lead them to a Google form where they can fill in their details such as name, lecture group, room number, matrix number, and etc. We can track the timestamps when they enter and leave the campus because we have a Google spreadsheet that is auto-generated when students have filled in their details. This Google spreadsheet is needed by the college principal so that they can track the students' punctuality regarding the curfew that is set by the authorities. With this new solution, students are not required to leave their class and now they can fill in the details needed by the higher management easily. Moreover, the website also contains places to go near our campus. This is to let students who are not familiar with this place to know where are the locations to get their necessities like stationaries, food, and many more. We also include our contacts so that they have the access to email us if they have any inquiries.
The advantage of the Unimas-Oqrs system is that it reduces paper and material consumption because usually students are required to write their names on a book whenever they go out or into campus. Therefore, with the QR code system, students will only have to scan the QR code and the books are unnecessary anymore. Other than that, it will also help the management to save their energy because they will know the students' whereabouts without having to meet the student and ask them where they are going. Lastly, the system will also give an advantage to the student because it will be easier for us to go out, and this is due to the fact that the system also gives students some recommendation of places that they can visit when they have no clue where to go. It will directly bring the students to the map of the place with just one click. Of course, with advantages, there will also be disadvantages, and one of it is that it requires experience to build this system because this system can only be done when you have an experience in creating websites. Therefore, it takes a lot of our energy to make it work. Other than that, some students might not be familiar with this system. Although most students know how to use it, we should also look at the minority of students that only uses their phones to be in contact with their family or friends and doesn't use their phone frequently. Lastly, some phones doesn't provide a QR reader. Therefore, students who doesn't have a QR reader on their phones have to download it first, and some of the QR reader app might take quite a number of space in the student's phone. Hence, it requires a phone with plenty of storage.
The target audience are usually students because lecturers and the person in charge usually want to stay tracking on the students who went out just to avoid the clusters in Unimas.
In the future, we might modify this innovation to improve its capability. So first thing first, we might detect the movement of the student outside the campus, such as Unimas-Oqrs. Hence, the directory can detect the positive cases that might happen in the place where the students went. So the second one is we will make another QR code to differentiate checking in and checking out. This is to avoid snitching among the students.
So when they go, the person in charge or the higher-ups will be able to take immediate actions whether the person went to a cluster, to a high-risk place or not. So with this Unimas-Oqrs system, it is much easier for someone in the higher-ups or for the person in charge to take immediate actions and to know that where you are going and that you may not be able to trick us.